Okay, let's get into it. We're looking at a fragrance today called Khair Felicity Paris Corner for Women. Sounds fancy, right?
It definitely sounds like it should take you straight to Paris.
Exactly. But the big question our sources wrestle with is, is this affordable scent promising Parisian luxury actually a hidden gem? Or is it maybe just, well, an overhyped mess?
Right. And our mission here is really cut through that branding, that fantasy, and figure out where the marketing meets the reality of the product.
And straight away, there's that name, Paris Corner. It's trying so hard to sound like some established French house.
It really is. But that seems to be the first kind of red flag that the sources picked up on.
Yeah, the deep dive suggests it's less Champs-Élysées boutique and maybe more like, well, the origins are described as murky at best.
Murky, exactly. No real French history, no actual scent pedigree to back up that name. It's just branding.
So if the name's a bit shaky, what about the price? How does that fit in?
Well, that's another slightly awkward part. It sits around, what, $20 to $30?
Yeah, roughly.
Which is tricky. It's not quite cheap enough that you just grab it without thinking, right?
Right, not an impulse buy. But then it's not expensive enough to make you think, okay, this must be quality.
Exactly. And the sources actually bring up brands like, say, Zara or even Avon
Oh, interesting. What about them?
that at a similar price, maybe even lower sometimes, you often get a more consistent, more reliable fragrance from those established names, even if they don't have the fancy Paris label.
So less fantasy, maybe more reliable reality in those cases. Does that connect to what's actually in Care Felicity?
It seems to. I mean, for around $25, you might hope for some clarity on ingredients, but it's
Hmm.
pretty opaque.
Like, what does the label say?
Just the usual vague stuff, fragrance, parfum. It's described as a total black box.
So no clues about what's making the scent, no special botanicals or fancy new scent technology mentioned.
Nope. Seems like a pretty standard synthetic mix. Nothing groundbreaking noted in the sources we looked at.
Okay, but on the plus side, safety-wise, anything to worry about?
Seems fine there. The research didn't find any regulatory flags or recalls, so probably okay for skin unless you happen to have specific allergies.
Good to know. Okay, let's get to the smell then. What's it supposed to be like?
It's advertised as, pretty safe, floral, a bit sweet, aiming for that fresh, elegant kind of vibe.
Standard crowd pleaser territory, but how does it actually play out with users?
Well, that's where things get really divided. The reviews are just all over the place.
Like how?
Some people find it okay. Decent light, an everyday kind of thing that just sits in the background. Fine for the office, maybe.
Okay, so just fine. Not amazing, not terrible.
For some, yeah. But then you get the other side. Reviews calling it chemical, thin.
Woof. Thin isn't usually a compliment for perfume.
Definitely not. And the really critical point, the thing that kept coming up, it disappears super fast.
How fast are we talking?
Like disappearing after 30 minutes fast.
That'll be minutes. Wow, okay, that's not great performance.
Not at all. And that seems to be the core issue. The longevity, the sillage, how much the scent projects. It's widely reported as just underwhelming.
So it basically fades into nothing almost immediately.
Pretty much. It fails to deliver on that promised elegance, partly because it just doesn't stick around.
Right. So summing it all up then for you listening,
Mhm.
where does Care Felicity Paris Corner land?
The overall feeling from the sources is somewhere between, well, meh, and maybe meh with a side of disappointment.
Huh. Okay, so it probably won't offend anyone.
Unlikely. But it's definitely not going to wow you or probably anyone else. It just exists. Briefly.
So the takeaway is if you're genuinely hunting for a signature scent, something special, or that really authentic, lasting Parisian feel,
Yeah, the sources pretty clearly suggest giving this one a miss.
it really makes you think though, doesn't it? How much value do we put on that idea, that marketing fantasy of Paris, when the actual product gives you maybe half an hour of scent?
That's a great point. What other things are out there relying more on a name or an association than on, actual quality or performance?
Something to definitely mull over next time you're faced with a wall of nicely packaged promises.